Hey, Lauren Boebert, Waffle House called. Waffle House called, and they said that your assistant waitress position is still available for you when you get back from D.C. Fucking Lauren Boebert. She's so white trash, even the Palins, they take notes from her chicanery. Lauren Boebert is so freaking white trash. She's guano. She is muy guano. Guano big time. And just for the record, fuck the Nazis. Fuck the white supremacists. Fuck the KKK. Fuck all you racist pieces of shit. Fuck you Confederates. You motherfuckers. God damn, y'all's racism. That shit was 1860s. Y'all's racism runs to the marrow of your fucking bones, does it not? Fuck you racist motherfuckers. Here's Senator Don Coram.
My heart, lots of friends in Pueblo, as I said. My wife serves on the Colorado State Fair board. I've got a couple of State Fair board bills this year that putting some funding into State Fair and the restructure of the Colorado State Fair, which was an interesting situation because it went from congressional districts to agricultural districts.
Right.
And so we just wanted to ensure the viability of the Colorado State Fair by changing basically in statute.
So that's Don Coram doing an hour-long interview with Making Action Happen. So Senator Don Coram, 1 month ago, that he's running against Lauren Boebert in the Republican primary. Now, even though Lauren Boebert didn't get a single bill passed, not one single bill has been even passed out of committee, in spite of Lauren Boebert not even able to get a single bill passed out of committee, let alone passed, apparently Lauren Boebert's white trash antics has scored her $4 million in the bank. $4 million for that white trash piece of shit. For that Floridian white trash piece of shit. Traditionally, that's all you need in order to win a campaign. A bunch of fucking money in the bank. A bunch of money in the bank gets TV ads. Americans are a bunch of low information voters. They'll just vote however the TV ads. They'll be annoyed by the TV ads, but they'll remember the person's name. They'll remember the person's name, and enough of them will go vote. Traditionally, Lauren Boebert's already won this thing. Traditionally, that's all you need. She's got $4 million in the bank. I want to say Don Coram's got 50,000, maybe 100,000. The biggest thing that Don Coram has is he's not a white trash piece of shit. Now, it's not just, Lauren Boebert, her white trash antics isn't just helping her campaign. Lauren Boebert's Floridian white trashiness is also helping the other campaigns gain traction, momentum, and donations as well. So Lauren Boebert is actually a tour de force. She's a tour de force, and she's her own worst enemy. I mean, that's white trash for you, right? Fucking piece of shit. Attention, Walmart shoppers. The white trash trailer park. Attention, Walmart shoppers. The trailer park is making a comeback. Let's get into the meat of this. Okay, so Don Coram. Now, in rides Don Coram. You got 3 Democratic candidates, but right now it's the primary. June 28th is both, it's the primary for everybody.
Right?
And so why aren't we investing in things like that?
Repurposing, yeah.
Yeah, rather than
Or if we're really serious developing biodiesel or some of these other things that
Carbon capture. I think carbon capture is a big one that, you could have, just for instance, picking one coal, with carbon capture technology, which a lot of the energy companies have been developing, its an output is like 99.9% clean, and it's like 0.0 whatever.
Right.
But, and that, I think that could be a step to yes, we need to transition to renewable energies and more clean energy. But again, we can't do it right now.
no.
It's just...
So that guy clearly just kind of wants to hear himself talk. I'm not sure if Don Coram ever makes any kind of statements on that podcast. I like Don Coram. I like Don Coram because Lauren Boebert is just such a piece of shit. I like Don Coram. Don Coram is actually pretty close to the San Luis Valley. Don Coram, he represents Durango, Telluride, Montrose, Cortez, Moncos, and it looks like a big portion of if not Conejos, then Archuleta County. So Durango's right there, right? Durango's right there. Montrose, Telluride. I think I read somewhere that goddamn fucking Tom Cruise lives in Telluride. But this Don Coram comes from, he's a senator of District 6. Before he was a representative of District 58. And District 58, well, they represented, Montrose, Telluride, Moncos, Cortez, but not Durango, so farther to the west. So his Senate seat covers the same, but also Durango and some, more of your southern Colorado district.
Because before we developed agriculture, by July, all of our rivers were dry.
Yeah.
They were done.
Yeah.
So retiming is important. When I got on the interim water committee several years ago, we were meeting in Steamboat, and I will never forget this statement. T. Wright Dickinson was the chairman of the Colorado Cattlemen Association. And he said his biggest fear, he has a ranch on the Green where it comes out of Utah,
Right.
runs into Colorado,
Yeah. Okay.
and the Yampa
Yeah.
dumps into the Green, and
Right.
that's his ranch.
Okay.
He said, my biggest fear is when it rains in May in Steamboat. And I thought, why? They don't irrigate.
Oh.
So the irrigate, the water does not perk into the soil.
Yeah.
And the retiming of it brings it back, and it keeps it alive. Not sure what he's talking about, but water is very important. Water is very important in the dry-ass desert. Okay, so Don Coram. Don Coram, he's assigned to the following committees: the Senate Agricultural and Natural Resources Committee and the Transportation and Energy Committee. So if you want some new farm or natural resources or transportation and energy laws to be passed, get a hold of, well, actually not anymore. Don Coram, he was the representative for 5 years. He was first a House representative, right, for District 58 for 5 years. And then he was the state senator for 5-6 years of District 6. His term is going to end January 11th, 2023. So this is his last term. I'm not sure. I think the session's over, right? So January 11th, 2023, this is it. This is all he's got. Just he's a senator until January 11th of next year. So why? Because he got redistricted. He got cut out of his own district because of redistricting. So he's House rep for 5 years, and then he became a senator, and now he needs something to do. He got redistricted out of his district, so hell, why not save the entire 3rd Congressional District, right? He was a rep of a small thing, then a senator, and now he's just going to take the entire 3rd Congressional District. So that's what I like about Don Coram. I like Don Coram because I feel like he's a Republican I could respect. When I think about the conservative elements in Colorado, when I think about the conservative elements, the conservative thinking, the conservative thought that we need to save in the 3rd Congressional District, I think there's actually enough conservative Democrats. But for, the Republicans, Don Coram puts a professional face on conservative politics. Don Coram, when we, if that's who gets sent to D.C., I won't be like, shit, is Don Coram going to say a bunch of racist shit? Is Don Coram going to try to overthrow the goddamn government? Is Don Coram going to say a bunch of dumb shit and get nothing done and pass no bills and bring nothing, no bacon, no pork back home? We sent you to D.C. and you didn't bring any of that bacon or pork? What the hell's going on, man? Right now in the 3rd Congressional District, the face of Colorado conservative politics, you got a Halloween mask. It's not a professional face, it's a Halloween mask. Senator Coram will utilize every avenue available to bring back federal dollars to the 27 counties of the 3rd Congressional District. This includes sponsoring legislation, advocating for grants, attaching amendments to appropriations packages, and utilizing the Community Program Requests Program. That's fucking brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay, yeah, you got to get some grants. You got to, sponsor legislation. But, if you attach an amendment to appropriations packages, then what does that attach an amendment? That's earmarks, right? Is that earmarks, or is he saying use that as leverage? Attach an amendment to try to sink one of their bills unless you bring home some pork and bacon. We need some, roads and bridges and new hospitals and schools around here. as the sole representative in water and electric lines, and as the sole representative of a district larger than 25 states, it'd be a dereliction of duty not to use every available option. Yeah, the 3rd Congressional District is the entire western slope of Colorado. So it's, sparsely populated. That's why it's such a huge district. But in terms of land area, you got a shit ton of mountains and a shit ton of plains. You got a shit ton of land. Apparently, it's a district bigger than 25 states, says Don Coram. Only Don Coram would know something like that. You think Lauren Boebert knew that? Lauren Boebert, she says, I won't request earmarks because they're a tool for Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats to buy votes. However, I've been very successful through the appropriations process because the appropriations process is the right way to deliver conservative solutions to the district, for the district. As the representative for Colorado's 3rd Congressional District, I advocated, this is Lauren Boebert, for rural Colorado to the Appropriations Committee and was able to secure 9 appropriation requests signed into law that support our district. We need more members of Congress to follow the appropriations process and to make the difficult decisions to get overall spending in line. That's why I voted against Nancy Pelosi's $1.5 trillion, 2,700 plus omnibus spending bill, and instead introduced a balanced budget amendment. Sol Sandoval is in favor of medical family leave. I'm not for sure where she stands on universal health care. Both Alex Walker and Lauren Boebert are 100% opposed to universal health care, i.e. Medicare for all. Adam Frisch, I've heard Sol Sandoval talk about being in favor of a public option. She's for, medical family leave. She's for a public option. Why don't we just get Medicare for all? Why don't we just get universal health care for everybody? Adam Frisch's only good idea was to join the Problem Solvers Caucus. Adam Frisch is a stuck-up piece of shit from Aspen. This piece of shit motherfucker. What the hell does what do wealthy people from Aspen understand what a working class man from the San Luis Valley, what do we have in common? What do wealthy people and me have in common? Aspen, Colorado. That's where the cheese flows like wine. I don't feel like I have anything in common with Adam Frisch. In fact, I think he's running to the right, so I don't even think he's a lefty, liberal, progressive, anything. If anything, Adam Frisch very much strikes me as the Ukrainian mayors who turned tail and ran away or just gave up the city on day one. You're not going to fight for us? You've been ruling over us, but as soon as Putin invades, you fucking run off? What the fuck? You want to rule over us, but you weren't our goddamn leader, were you? You weren't trying to get us all to the promised land, were you? So I think Adam Frisch is the kind of person that's like that. He's smart and intelligent and, he's capable, but he's saying he's, so smart that we're supposed to nominate him and get him in there because he's smarter than the rest of us. Fuck you. Fuck you. You've had a good, an interesting life. You had an interesting life. But I don't think that he's not trying to inspire us. He doesn't have, inspiring progressive planks. As soon as he gets to D.C., he's going to join the Problem Solvers Caucus because that's who, got the infrastructure bill passed. Okay, so Sol Sandoval, take note. Sol Sandoval, when you go to D.C., make sure you join the Problem Solvers Caucus. That's it. That's all Adam Frisch really had to offer. Adam Frisch would love to write our laws for us, but the moment Pearl Harbor is attacked, Adam Frisch would turn tail and hide in his deep underground den. Russia made or broke many politicians. Do you want to rule over us, or are you trying to lead us to the promised land? You trying to inspire us and lead us, get us to the promised land, or are you just a selfish, greedy fuck and you're just trying to take all the power and money for your own goddamn selves, you piece of shit? Of course, people want power over other people, but it's hard to tell if they genuinely give a shit about the rest of us. Give you power? Are you going to give it? Even that Sol Sandoval, who I think is, the front runner in my mind, but I don't know if she gives a shit about me and my, working class family. But Mayor, where are you going? Shouldn't we stay and fight for our loved ones and our communities and our home and our land? We're just going to let Putin and Russia invade Colorado? Hey, Adam Frisch, Where are you going? Putin just invaded Colorado. We need you to fight. Oh, you're going to Canada, huh? I like Sol Sandoval. She's got, like I said, she's for the public option. She's for a union woman. She's a Chicana. I like that she's basically, because she's a brown woman, she, shoves that anti-racist fuck Lauren Boebert. Fuck Lauren Boebert. How do I say fuck Lauren Boebert? By saying Sol Sandoval is a woman that is worthy of respect. She's competent. She can do the job. I think she's the most progressive one. She looks just like the district. It's 50-50. Pueblo is 50-50, brown and white. And there's like no black folks anywhere, which is interesting. But Sol Sandoval, she's for the infrastructure bill, federal investments into CD3, roads, bridges, water conservation projects. This is Sol Sandoval. She said, that's your job as a representative, to speak up and demand a return on the taxes that we all pay with federal investments in our community. It is absolutely your obligation to look out for the home folks. And that's an attack on Lauren Boebert, who didn't pass a bill, didn't bring any pork, didn't bring any bacon to the goddamn CD3. She didn't do shit. Is your life any better since the last, 1 to 2 years of Lauren Boebert being a total dick? One good thing about Don Coram is he passed the farmer's marketer. He tried to pass Senate Bill 258, which is a farmer's market bill. How come we don't have farmers markets and flea markets and yard sales all over the goddamn place? Are we capitalist or not? The rest of the world thinks we're a bunch of capitalist imperialists, and, the bankers and the CEOs and the politicians, they're capitalists. But we, the people in America, I went to public education. I grew up in Kentucky, live in Colorado now. I don't hear anybody else talking about Milton Friedman. You're not fucking capitalist. You're cheap labor for the capitalist. You're not talking about Milton Friedman. The fuck you know about capitalism? So yeah, I like Don Coram's farmer's market idea. We need a farmer's market. We need a flea market, yard sales. If we're capitalists, buying and selling and trading, that's just what we do. Isn't that what a capitalist's supposed to do? No, we can only buy from Walmart. Buy from your neighbor? What? Did you? No, I didn't.